A kind of note about 10 gigs media converters. I used MikroTik here. You can see this in my previous video, and it's gone. Yeah, PoE is dead after some heat wave. Yeah, they have extremely bad PoE in their products. So, and I decided not to use it anymore because yeah, I cannot rely, it will fail again. So, and I decided to try some other solutions, and it's just a kind of note about them. I will first show you the one I'm not going to use. I bought it just as a reserve option in case if I need to restore my network quickly, because it's quite cheap. I think about 50 euros, $50. You can see this model, so it has the power input and it has Ethernet and SFP plus. So if in some day I will try this, it's metal, I will tell you how it is good or not, etc. So, but I'm going to use this Linovision, you can call it as you wish. I have this switch from them, and I think in my episode about this rack I demonstrated, and I liked it. Yeah, Chinese, but okay. I liked this because it survived when you do bad things with it, let's say this way. So, for example, it survived even when this PoE from MikroTik was in short circuit. So it goes to the fail mode, but it survives. So, and that's the good point, without any like fire or etc. So I decided to use also a converter from them. It's about 100, I think the price about 100 euros, dollars, I think. You can find it, so we will open and see it. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to have any more this feature like I had on this MikroTik here with 2 Ethernet. One is 1 gig for management that I can put here with VLANs, etc. And another is 10 gigabits that goes to my garage. So I will have only one. Probably you can find with several, but it will be really expensive, So let's try this one. So in this box with the manual we have that set. I probably this for fixing it to the wall. I'm not sure, but I am going to use this on the DIN rail that I have here. Yeah, and guys, I recalled why I bought it, because it has reserve power supply, but unfortunately I don't know how I missed this. It's without the booster, so you can power this from PoE voltage, but it doesn't have booster like I have on their switch here that I can use in solar installation, because now it's powered from AC/DC adapter, and from another side I can power this from 24 volts battery. And yeah, I unfortunately missed this point here, so I will need to meditate more about how I'm going to power this, but you can see anyway how this is designed, and I will get back to you after I decided how I'm going to power it. I'm not going to power it because, guys, yeah, well, I expected a full range of power, as I probably mentioned. So, and I decided to order another one, which is, I believed, full range of DC power. And ta-da! It is also 48 to 57, as you can see here. How I failed again, I'm not sure. Actually, I think I failed because of this in the description on Amazon, from 9 to 60 volts. However, it is applied to the version which doesn't have PoE, and the price was 149. I don't want to show you. And the version with PoE was surprisingly lower priced, 109. Original price, however, 159. So I'm not sure why, but the description of this model with PoE doesn't have information about 9 to 60 volts. I don't know if that version, which is without PoE, will have this range, but probably it will, because of no PoE, and PoE requires 48, and they want probably that you provide this power here, and they will not boost it eternally. So guys, again, I don't have solution I initially wanted. Yeah, well, it's a kind of mess, but I told you I don't have any scripts, I'm just show you. So at least you have seen already 3 options, yeah? So TP-Link, this one, another one. What I will try now, I will try to power them from low voltage, from 12, maybe a little bit more, to see if they work. So, because my assumption that probably they will without providing PoE, but it's okay for other circuits. Probably, I'm not sure. Let's see if they do. If they not, I will order another one that I wanted, and that one I will power, and I will show you if it works as expected, if we have 10 gigs, and I will cover all others separately in another video, so subscribe to see them. Now let's test if they go from 12 volts. And guys, I'm doing this together with you, so it will be a surprise for me. Also, yeah, you probably noticed that I'm quite lazy, so I don't want to check in advance. And here I want to show you, so it comes initially configured this way, yeah. So for me, usually on is on the right, but okay, American standards on the left. So it comes like this. So the second is switch it off, and here the exclamation mark. I don't know why, but my guess is because the first power is provided from this connector, from this point. And yes, so it is polarized, so you cannot make it wrong. And this adapter is mine. Probably I will show you them later, explain them later. So it's polarized, you cannot do mistakes, but here, you know, we all have crutched hands, so except me, so we can reverse minus and plus and make a mistake, and probably there is no protection, and that's why they put exclamation mark to make sure to do this right. It's just my guess, nothing more. Let's try together with you to power this, my mini power supply, and let's see if we have a white or black smoke. $15. That's fine. Yeah, I thought that probably because of this configuration. No, it doesn't run. Let's try from 48. Well, guys, that's interesting. It doesn't work from 12, as you noticed, but it does work from... What's wrong? from about 24, however not reliable actually. It sometimes gives this red mark, and definitely it's not about polarity, it's about something related to power. Yes, so voltage, where is voltage? Yeah, like that one. Yeah, so guys, definitely it doesn't work from even 24 reliably. Yeah, so, and that's okay because it says here on the label. Yeah, I will need to know to check if another model does have the buster. Not okay. So, but guys from Linovision, they told me that this should work from 12 without PoE. Let's test it. Dun, dun, dun. Guys, you have seen the true first and couple more starts, and it looks like in the first one when it indicated the error here, the unit requested, if I'm right, 3 amps. I will review the recorded material for this, but now it looks like it runs well from 13 volts, so probably it works. I will test more and we'll get back to you. And I ask again, because they don't respond me anymore, these guys, if it really can work from 12 if I don't need PoE, and I don't know why I would need PoE on 10 gigs. So let's see. Okay guys, I tested it start operating after 5 volts, a little bit low at 4.9, and it stops when I've got down to about 3 or 4. It's probably something related to capacity also, but I think that, yeah, so it's now 3.9, always the same. But if I'm rising, and you can see it going quite slow with this scroll button, it will start after about, let me show you. Yeah, so after about 4.95. So I think the logic there, PPL, is for about 5 volts. So I guess it will work with the wide range, except PoE. So the logic there is designed this way. The power schematic, I guess. If I receive more information from Linovision and you are interested in this, ask me in comments, remind me in comments, and I will let you know if they say something. But I think I will go with that one. I ordered another one, TRENDnet, where there is the claim about 9 to 60 volts power in, and I will test it, and I think it all goes to separate videos, all other stuff. And to be this video a kind of solution, final solution, I think I should show you how it handle 10 gigs, and I will try to do this, but let's see. Look guys, here is an interesting stuff. I've got this error again, input electrical error from this power supply, which says 6 amperes more than 1 amp plus 10%. So, and this happened when I connected the first time the second input. I decided to test the second input as well. So it was first time, the same like we did in the beginning, and then I guess, probably you have different guess, that it's again requested a lot of amperes, a big current from the source, probably for the PoE, and then it might be a kind of piece of software there that configures this to work with the low power. I'm not sure, but that looks like this one. However, why more than 1 amps plus 10%? I don't know, because I actually configured, I think, 2 amps on this power supply. So I will reset this state now, and let's see how it goes next. Okay guys, after the second attempt it requested 1.5 amps. I don't know why, so it's a kind of lower, and I actually have 1.8 the maximum current configured here. So why it shows more than 1? Probably it's rounded till the first digit, I'm not sure. Yeah, but now it operates this way, and I actually asking myself, what if I would connect it initially to the battery where the source is not limited? Would it be reconfigured? I'm not sure what would happen then, but that's what we have. And actually I don't know if there is a way to reset it. These deep switches are not in use, it says here in the user manual. Yeah, is not functional for now. So the next step will be to connect it to 48 power source and try. So that's how it's connected. In my MikroTik rack I have 48 volts power supply here to power this switch, and so through this terminals, and I power it here. And then later when I make solar system, now it's backed up through this, iSocket reboots my equipment, but later when I do a solar system it will back up power to here and to here, so 2 main points, and that is fiber to the room, it goes there, and that is unfortunately copper that goes to another building. Yeah, if you watched my previous video you understand why it happened this way. So now let's test to see what it gives. If you remember MikroTik, it was 10 gigs. Yeah, so let's see here. So guys, let's test it. Here is a fashion way to share my screen. Yeah, here we have on the left side, it is remote console mode for my network storage that is in the garage, and iPerf is run as a server there. And here I connect to this server and we test it in the same way like we tested with MikroTik, where we had some issues to get 10 gigs and finally it was resolved. So, and you can see here, I don't go deep into settings of iPerf for the testing about MTU and other stuff. We are just testing if this specific media converter can handle 10 gigs, and we can see it can. So we have 9.8, 9.9. It is exactly 10 gigs that we have here. So no problems at all with this. If you test with UDP, you will get 2 gigabits and some lost on the receiver side, but it is another story. It is another story, and it's not about the bandwidth, it's about some limitation of Windows, etc. So Windows on both sides right now here. So we have 10 gigs. Let's take a look. What about the heating of this media converter? What about the temperatures? I put it for 3 minutes for 10 gigs test, and let's take a look at the temperature in Celsius. So in the middle point P1 about 40 degrees Celsius more or less, which is actually very good, I would say. So the test was finished. Yeah, I would say it's quite good. I hope guys it was clear about the temperature. Remember to like. I think the last test let's test again from 12 volts. You know this unit, we tested with this in the beginning. There was some bugs. If you are interested to know what was there, ask me in comments, because now it works fine. So I connected this 12 volts instead of 48 now here, and we are interested to see if we have the same 10 gigs. We get back to our fashion stand for testing, and guys, look, I started the program, so the test, and it stuck. I don't know yet why. I will now investigate and let's see. No panic, guys. So I think because the net was broken after we did some changes on the power, that's why this test doesn't start again. Before I restarted, I perf. Well, I don't have a lot of knowledge about this test utility, so doesn't matter. We can see the same 10 gigs on 12 volts, so no problem with that. Let's see how it hits our planet. Okie dokie. So that's not that one, this one. 33, 33, 34, not even 40. So yeah, and when I touch it, it's not so hot, which is probably nice, because it's just a piece of equipment. It shouldn't be hot like... Okay, so... Yeah, and we have less power now. Let's power dissipate. So that's nice. It works. I don't know what means this TP LED that never works, but that's okay. Let's do some conclusion. Well, guys, the conclusion is simple. That's a nice piece of equipment. So far, so good. I don't know how it will be in long terms. So it's quite fine universal input from any power, dual power, so I can later do my setup with solar system, so to run it from AC DC for the first power and from some DC from the second power. And yeah, so it doesn't hit much. It gives us 10 gigs, no settings, nothing. So that's pretty nice unit. Universal power, remember, if you don't need PoE here, and you probably don't actually need it. So that's a good option. I think, guys, remember to like and subscribe to see next episodes, because I think I will test this Omada also as a reserve unit, and another TRENDnet, not the one that we returned, but another one, to see how they works. I will test them here. It's quite easy to test it here. So, see you next time. Bye. Hey Kisa, tell guys to like and subscribe.